So, hey guys, welcome to another episode of All Bass Creations, Effects, Tutorials, Demos, and Review. Today, we're going to be going through some of the effects available on the TC Electronic Plethoria X1, which just happens to be an amazing pedal. It pretty much contains the majority of TC Electronic effects that they have available, with the exception of drive pedals. So, you know, you're getting chorus, flanger, noise gate, octavers. You even get the infinite sustain pedal, sustainer, I believe, infinite sustainer, which is just a freeze pedal, different version of a deep freeze and, MXR layers, that type of vein of a pedal. Then you also have things in there like some amazing reverbs and delays and all that good stuff. Let me know if y'all can hear me good and everything running fine. Let me make sure everybody can hear me, see good. Let me know. Let me know something. So let's get started here. All right, we're going to come over here a little bit. If you're on TikTok and you want a better view, you can head over to YouTube or all that good stuff. And feel free to ask questions in the chat. Appreciate y'all chiming in. Appreciate that a lot, And I put that in the chat about the song request because that's not the title of the video or the topic. And if you really want me to play the song you want me to play, you can send me the money, and I'll deviate completely from what we actually talking about and what everybody tuned in that's already subscribed, tuned in for effects. I don't really do karaoke, and I do play for a living. So anytime somebody wants me to play a song, it does cost money. So I'm just trying to make sure everything up and running here nicely. So the main thing about this pedal is it can be, and this little white pedal here. It can be like a chameleon on your board. You know, it can be a modulation 1 second and be a reverb the next second. And the reason that's useful, and as you can see, I have mostly multi effects here, digital pedals. Even though the Future Impact and the Enzo X are technically synth pedals, those are multi effects too. But particularly this whole last row is all stereo effects, so it's pretty much responsible for the sonic, you know, width of a lot of my pads and things like that. So it's nice that without it, right? But when you add like a nice chorus, for instance, like the tri-chorus, signal width just increases so much. Let me switch to this one. Just such a nice, big, massive sound to it. Hit that like button for me, by the way. That definitely greatly helps me out. And hit those reactions and that hype button for me. That also greatly helps me out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and end this one right here because I ain't going to worry about that. Give me 1 second, folks. Because one thing I don't want is, you know, stream to get over. But just the sonic width of the Corona chorus, it just adds so much to your sound. Now it don't even sound big enough no more. Whoa. Pause. But yeah, that just having that there. Oh man, I'm all crooked here. See, this is what I'm saying. Y'all not letting me know. Y'all got to let me know when it go crooked, cause I'll bump that stand in a minute. All right, bam, we're back. That's better. There we go. I want you guys to get the best viewing experience, so I got to monitor it and do this presentation at the same time. So, one thing a lot of people don't know is with the TC Electronic Plethoria X1, you have 7 slots, but you can have those 7 slots to set up as a AB. And when you set it up as an AB, then now you got 14 slots, right? So on top of that, you can also, each effect, if you use this toggle switch here, it allows you to get different variations of that effect, like the different modes. So I can go from that chorus, I can go to this chorus, which is a much more subtle version. This is the liquid tri-chorus. And all this is on the same slot. this, you know, I haven't changed the slide at all. I haven't. Once I switched to the A side, and this is all on the A side. It's A and B of each slot, and oh, that's so beautiful. And you got enough parameters on here where you can adjust things on the fly. Say I wanted to adjust that speed to something crazy. Bring that depth. It almost became like a ring mod. I didn't know. I didn't know that was there. I just happened to try that. All I did was turn the speed up, and I brought the depth back, and I turned up the mix. It always has your dry signal in there, and it's pretty much like you changing the amount of the wet you're adding to your dry signal. Yeah, so, oh, that's nasty word. I typically do like a slower chorus with more depth, and then you get that nice wide chorus sound. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna pull my phone over here so I can just see it a little bit better with the chat, because technically the chat like off to the side here, and I don't want to ignore you guys. Definitely appreciate all of you guys tuning in, chatting. Let's see what we got here. Appreciate all the love, of course. So I guess the one question we got right now is, do you find yourself questioning how to use a lot of wild effects in a writing situation? No, because typically I write a couple different ways. Sometimes I write from chords, sometimes I write from sounds and ideas that way. But, you know, I typically just stumble upon things by constantly making sure I'm, you know, playing every day, practicing, and, you know, if you actually are making the opportunities for yourself to create the different sounds and stuff, you will. And then don't be afraid to layer sounds. But maybe I'll do another video about writing with a lot of effects, or writing, because I did an entire album with just my bass and effects. It's called All Bass Creations, and it's on Bandcamp. What is it? Allbasscreations.bandcamp. It's on the screen. You know, that's my you can go there and you can find the entire album I did with no MIDI, just bass and effects, and it sounds like a full album. Like, you know, I emulated drums and everything with just bass, you know. All right, so you got, you know, for each slot you got what? Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you include the default, so you can always get back to the default setting of that effect. And you also have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five different variations of each effect as well. So even when I switch, I'm not gonna switch the slot. I just switch to the B side. So now I'm on a flanger, the Vortex flanger, and now I can switch flangers just by toggling here. Let me bring this volume back just a smidge. Do it there. Just nasty. And you know, granted, you can always go into this is all without going into the Tone Print app. You know, you don't necessarily have to go into the Tone Print app to access these features. You know, I'm doing all this on the pedal. It's already pre-set up this way for those of you for the people that don't like to do the whole app thing. You know, you can literally get this pedal. It's already pretty much loaded up, and you can connect to the app wirelessly through Bluetooth. And they did fix the bug that when it was first out, it was a little bug in there where it wouldn't connect to the app. They fixed that. And when you do the firmware updates, I would suggest that you really disconnect this from, like, you need to disconnect the outputs and the inputs as well. That is a thing when you do the firmware update, because I almost thought I blanked out my pedal. I had to do some finagling and got it back up on with the firmware update. See, even with it, so I'm on the infinite sustainer now. I'm gonna see which ones they got on here. They got a triple layer one. I'm gonna change this to latching. I'm gonna change it to latching so it'll just hold. It's got a fade in time. And mind you, when you go on the Tone Print app, you can also change all of this, like these three knobs, to do 3 different parameters at a time each. That is super useful. So I ain't gonna spend too much time on that. It's a sustainer. So, you know, but you can have it set up to where it does things similar to the MXR layers. It'll also do you can add modulations to it as well. So it does a lot, you know, but that something like the deep freeze doesn't do. But we'll see if I prefer which one. I have to put this on the floor so I can operate them. You know, it's difficult. One of the benefits of the deep freeze is that auto mode, and that's something that a lot of other pedals don't have. But which one is this? This is the Vibe, Viscous Vibes. So yeah, you can get some really nice stuff out of there. Thank you, I appreciate that. And yeah, sure, I can play any. I can play the song you want. Just refer to the previous chat that I posted. But yep, all song requests are $300 a pop. So this is actually the hyper. So I'm gonna turn off these compressors real quick. This is actually the hypergravity compressor on the TC Electronic. Um, what is it? It's the high gravity compressor. Yeah, high gravity compressor. Launcher. So right off the bat, I can hear it really. It's a very subtle. I wouldn't. It's pretty subtle. I mean, of course you can change that in the settings, but it's definitely. So you can really hear how it just subtly brings out very nice characteristics there. Very subtly. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, make sure you get on that, bro. Get on that. It's room enough for all of us. Don't ever think that it's too late or it ain't small. Your channel ain't small, bro. Your channel ain't small. Never call your stuff small. Always you just building. That's all you getting it there. You ain't even gotta say that much. You got a channel and you working it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you say that, subconsciously you put it out there in your mind and then you start to feel like your stuff is small. But trust me, you can make a lot of money off a small channel. My channel ain't that big, but I actually have been able to make money off of my channel. So don't short change yourself. Keep going. You can do it. So you got, then I got, let me see, let me try out this parallel auto compression setting. Without it. I would have to really go in and get detailed with this compressor in order to use it. To get it to sound like this, little Spectracomp. I actually like this Spectracomp compressor a lot. If you like really want to save on some pedal board space, You know, you can, or you got a mini pedal board that you build in. The Spectra Comp would be the best compressor, you know, after like the Empress and the Source Audio Atlas compressor. And if you were, you know, just building a mini board, it's full on the go. So you could take something like this, a ToneX 1, run this in a ToneX 1 before or after ToneX 1 has a compressor. So put the ToneX 1 compressor first, throw this afterwards. Or if you have a Plethoria X1, you can build the same. This is a 3-band multi-band compressor that works amazing for bass. I got hip to it when I owned a TC Electronic BH500 head. So TC Electronic actually does pretty well with their 3-band multi-compressor for bass. And you can change things in the software, in the Tone Print app rather, where you can really dial it in. So don't sleep on the compressor, you know. It's just let's see, let's go over here. See, oh my goodness, see, this is my baby right here. The shimmer reverb, oh my goodness. Goodness, come on now, come on, talk to me. That's nasty work from the TC Electronic X1. That shimmer, that Hall of Fame reverb. I have always loved the Hall of Fame reverb, the Corona chorus, and the vibrato pedal. What's it called? They got it on here. All right, it'll come to me in a second. But that vibrato pedal is fire too. But this nice freeze pedal into the X1. that's enough to buy the pedal right there. I couldn't even stop in the middle of it. Like I wasn't even intending to play that much. I had to go ahead and just play the song for a second. The pedal, it just that shimmer effect is so good. It is so good. I like the one on the Line 6 HX1 as well. That's another one that's a killer one. But I something angelic about this one in particular. And you know, mind you, there's different variations of it. They got ones with modulations on them and other things that help it sound a little better. You know, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping by once again. Appreciate you, all y'all chiming in, man. Yeah, man, we gonna try to create a little community in here. You know, I'm starting to see a lot of the same names, same faces. You know, and I appreciate that a lot. You know, also don't forget to hit that like button while y'all here on all the different platforms, as well as, you know, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Keep up with me, and you know, if you feel up to it, that Cash App Super Chat, that definitely helps. You know, but back to the topic, these electronics effects actually are legendary, you know what I'm saying, in the studio realm. So, you know, and just on pedal boards in general. But that is an amazing sound. Even if you just play your bass through it without any other effects, it's just... Look at the width. You gotta. I hope y'all have on headphones. I hope that width is coming through. You know what I'm saying? I hope that width is just the look. One note. One note sounds like, oh, that's just. I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this one effect. I really love it. Let's go to a cathedral. So, yeah, you get the point. It's just, I love the way this thing, like, all the reverb sound amazing. And like I said, you can literally keep it loaded up with a bunch of different effects and literally change the reverb type on the pedal using a toggle. That's something they need to really, they should have been a little bit clear about. Yes, it is for 7 slots, but these 7 slots can also be 14 slots by switching the mash switch. Instead of using mash, you can use it to where you hold the foot switch and it switches between 2 slots within the one. So on slot 1, you got 1A, 1B, and then on 1A, you also have 5 of the reverb types, like of the different modes, and then you can tweak them from there. You can also go into, but you can only store 1 custom patch per thing. So basically, you'll have your tone, your tone print in 1 slot, and then you still have the 5 types of whatever effects. So in this case, reverb, you still got your cathedral, your room, your plate, your shimmer, and something else. Hall. It's the hall. plate. Oh, that plate one's fire. So it's just, oh, it's just such a lush read. And it makes me, that's how you know an effect is good. That's how I've really judged effects, not based on what it's supposed to sound like or emulate, excuse me, but does it actually inspire me or make me want to keep playing? That's why every pedal up here, on this pedal board is here for somewhat of that reason. They all inspire me to keep playing. And that's the biggest thing when you looking or listening to effects. Does it inspire you? And keep in mind that when you first get something, it could be user error. If you're brand new to effects, you really if you're brand new to effects, something like the multi stomps would be a little better in terms of this. Each effect is going to still have a good amount of controls, but not too many controls where you'll get confused. And then once you learn those controls, then you grab you something like the Plethoria X1. And, if you can get detailed into the tone print app, or you can just get the X1 if you're not planning on really doing too much menu diving. You're hearing sounds now that are already on the pedal, and of course you can just beam them in. Like, it's nothing to take your phone. It's a little button back here, bam, you connect it to the app. You just beam it to the app. Like, you used to have to put your phone to your pickup and beam it through from the speaker of the phone through the pickup to the to their pedals. That's how the Spectracomp and things like that work. But this one, you just connect straight through the Bluetooth, and you can literally work from your phone. It's a great platform, and it's easy to understand as well. See what we got here. I appreciate you folks. The mic is popping a bit. With the light, let me bring it down. Hopefully that. Yep. Is that better? See, all you guys to do is tell me. That's all you guys to do is tell me. I'll try to fix it. So hopefully that fixed it right there. Somebody let me know if that's better or worse or what. But good gracious, is this reverb is just insane. I gotta move because I'll be on that reverb for a while. So you get things like a doubler. Awesome. You know, sometimes I get a little overzealous with that volume slider there, trying to make sure you guys can hear me. You know, I always want you guys to hear me nice and clear. So, you know, anytime there's a problem, even if the camera just gets a little, you know, off the angle it's supposed to be on, which is what it is now, but you know, just let me know. I appreciate you guys. Still some crackle there. Okay, let me see. Let me do this and do this. Hopefully is this better? Okay. Let me see something. Is it the bass or the mic? Trying to see if we get this straightened out. Let me know. Somebody let me know if this is it's the mic. Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh, come on, guys. Yeah, that's my oh my goodness. Y'all got me chasing my tail over here. Yeah, that's that. When you hear the mic, when I'm playing, that's why I mute it, cause so you won't hear it. So like, if you're hearing, is that somebody let me know if we still having an issue. Yeah, I'll just kind of continue while we kind of try to figure this out. Hopefully, that's better. Hopefully. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we should be good. My stream's coming through clean. All right, so let's get back at it. So you got the doubler here, which kind of gives you like that open. It gives you like this open sound. Hold on, let me balance these. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate all y'all helping the brother out. You know, that's what I need. Help me out. Don't let me fall and crash and burn. Help me. Help me. Help me, please. So it's like it's almost like a different version of a chorus. It's like it's doubling. It's like it's two of your sounds, but it's like a really wide version of it. Man, bam. And you've actually been listening to quite a few tunes by me. Like I played actually a few tunes. This that's my song. That's my song, and then I also played that whole piece. All that was me. So you can also check out the All Bass Creations album at allbasscreations.bandcamp.com, where I created an entire album using just my bass and effects, as well as I have a couple tunes on there, a couple singles on there where I played everything. Played bass, and piano and drums. And then I have a couple other singles where I invited a few of my drummer friends to play along with me. So all that's on allbasscreations.bandcamp, as well as if, you or whatever streaming platform you find yourself needing to look it up on. And because I would greatly appreciate that, by the way. Oh, I play every style of music. Anybody that call me and got my money, if you got my money, you got yourself a bassist. Good job. Congratulations. I do this to feed the kids, so, and pay the bills, keep the lights on. You feel me? So, yeah, we do a little bit of everything. Musicals, all that stuff. Got this amazing So yeah, you can get caught up just playing around with different effects, man. Trying to tell. So you could just have a lot of fun. What's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate all you guys stopping by. As a matter of fact, if you haven't, hit that like button for me. Hit that hype button. I want to see what it do and enough people hit it. You know what I'm saying? You hit that like hype button for me. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you, fellas and ladies. All you guys. And anybody else. You know, I don't want to do the usual. But I definitely appreciate everybody chiming in. It means a lot to me. And like I said, of course you got different delays too. I like that other one. I like that wide model. It actually does it forwards and backwards. That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Forwards and backwards. And you could just set it to a ridiculous amount of repeats. Look at it still going. That's crazy. Mind you, this pedal's $179. You're not getting a copy or you're not getting some emulation of what TC Electronics effects are. You're getting all the TC Electronic effects with the exception of drives. You're getting all of them for $179. That's a steal. And it'll fit anywhere on your pedal board, standard pedal size. You still got a ton of options if you know, everybody carry their phone with them. Like who walking around without their phone, you know what I'm saying? Or a tablet or both, you know? And you can alter it from your computer as well. You can also use USB to alter it and do your firmware updates as well. So that, and I will be coming out with a Plethoria X1 pack. They just updated the software where you can save to files and import from a file. So now I'm gonna take advantage of that to give you guys an amazing tone print pack. It's gonna take me a couple weeks because the tone prints, they got a lot of parameters and I got a lot of experimenting to do. Of course, I have my go-to stuff that I already know I'm gonna put into the pack, but you know how I do with the packs, guys. My packs got to be tight. They got to be right. And by the time it gets to you, it got to sound amazing soon as you pretty much plug into it. I like it to instantly be that same moment that you've seen me have several times with this same pedal. Them same moment where you can't stop playing. You can't stop doing what you're doing. And if you haven't already, you can check out my preset packs on the Patreon. Patreon.com/All-Bass Creations. You feel me? And then what you do is you check it out for the MS-70 CDR Plus, the Zoom MS-60B Plus, the C4 synth, You know what I'm saying? Got a 47 piece for the C4 synth. Don't sleep on that. Got an extensive pack for the Future Impact V4 VIP. An amazing 100-piece pack for the Enzo X. And what else we got up here? Oh, 11 different preamp packs available for the ToneX series pedal, along with my personal preset list. And I'm going to come out with new packs for the ToneX series stuff, where I take the color box and mix it with other preamps. You guys are going to love that. You've been listening to it already. Yeah. That joint is dirty. That's dirty. I've been sleeping on this delay. You know, you run that into. Let me see. We're running into a shimmer. You could just. What? See, I got to do y'all an extensive pack on this one. I might have to do separate packs for real, just because there's so many effects. Like, I might have to do like a reverb pack and then do like a delay pack and do something like that where you'll get different the different effects. Because otherwise, that pack could be like 400 presets, you know what I'm saying? And then you'll never actually get through stuff. So let's see what we got here on the question side of the game. There's no such thing as a dumb question on my channel or any place else. If you don't know it and you don't ask it, that's dumb. So, we got a question about when I first started going live on my channel. And y'all also we need to support each other. So if y'all check out his channel and you like it, go ahead and support my man. You know what I'm saying? It's enough room for everybody in the game. But he's asking when I first started going live, have I ever used my phone to go live? And yes, you can. I didn't. I actually used the Elgato face cam when I first started streaming from the computer, but you can do some great some work with these things, boy. I'm trying to tell you, I live stream my gigs with these live stream. Take your phone and then what you want to do is the vertical live stream from your phone. And I also use let me help you out for real. I use a Zoom H5. I ain't got to show you it. I use a Zoom H5, and it also has good microphones. And this is a tip for all you guys. If you're doing gigs, you need to start cataloging this stuff. Stop letting everybody tell you you're not ready, or stop feeling like you're not ready. You need to put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? So that just is what it is. You know what you know, and you're gonna grow. So, but you need to get you some. Take your phone, get you something like. Let me switch to this view. This is about to really help you. Help all y'all. Yeah. I got something like this, which I use. This is like a pretty much like a USB hub for your phone. It'll clip on. It's magnetic, so it stick to the back of your phone. Allows you to use multiple USB outputs and things like that. It also gives you different outputs and inputs. So You can take that and run your H5 into that. Run your H5 as an audio interface for your phone in stereo, and you can use your mics that way, or you can run it in the other mode that's available as an audio interface on the H5, and that'll allow you to use the mics and the line inputs, if you wanted to. But at least use the mics on the H5, something like, and they also make an insert for iPhones. They make a direct mic for iPhones as well. So check that out. Harmonizer. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I gotta play around with it for a second. I feel. Oh, it's kind of cool. It's just. I mean, I'm sure I could set that harmonizer up to do a little better than that, but it's a decent enough harmonizer. And just in case, whatever else you may find yourself, the I know I keep recommending this pedal, but the Zoom MS-70 Plus, for those of you as a bass player, it will become a huge part of your toolbox. Like if you get one, it ain't $120. I'm talking like you got 6 effects at a time. You got filters, great delays, great reverbs. If you want the reverb to sound bigger, you can run the reverb into an air reverb effect, and that'll make it sound a lot more massive. And but the modulations on there are crazy. I know we talking about the Plethoria X1, but don't sleep on any of these pedals. Like all of these can do, HX1, even though I own one, I really only use it for reverbs and delays, and that's pretty much it. The Noble emulation in there is okay, but it's not nothing I'm going to use. So, yeah. But I say that to say the MS-70 CDR Plus also has a harmonizer on it. So, yep, all song requests are $300. I don't know where is there a YouTube channel? Is that what other YouTubers do all day? Like when you on their stuff and you come on there, do people normally just stop what they're doing and play songs that you asked for? I'm just wondering if that's a normal thing, because I keep getting that. Like I keep getting that a lot every stream. Can you play this song? Play that song? Y'all know I do this for a living. When somebody does it for a living, I mean they ain't gonna do it for free. So I'm just wondering. It's not. I'm not upset. I'm not saying. I'm just wondering. Like, is that a normal thing? Like, where people just play whatever you ask, like, or something. Yeah, let's get back to this pedal board view. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's okay. I was just wondering. Okay. It's not just you, trust me. Trust me. I asked that a few times this stream. I just people like, I don't mind people asking. There's nothing wrong with asking, I guess, but I was like, maybe I'm being a little off-putting. Like, is that it might be a normal thing for all I know, you know? I'm sorry for I'm lubricate this chair at some point. It's mad squeaky. Okay. Mm, Well, I was wondering because I don't get a chance to catch a lot of live streams of like just other musicians and stuff. So, but when I throw now what I want you to keep in mind now, when I throw my shows and I start doing my virtual concerts, bringing in my band, we won't be taking requests, but we will be playing plenty of songs. I expect to see you there now. Don't back out on me when it ain't when you got to put some skin in the game and come support, because I would appreciate it a lot. I am going to do something where I actually do an actual concert for you guys, and it will be. I haven't decided if it just be for the Patreon members or if I'm gonna do a virtual concert on YouTube and then do it that way. But I want you guys to have. I want to play for you guys. Trust and believe. I want to do a real concert where I'm not just messing around with the effects for you guys. Trust and believe. But all right. So my other favorite effect in here is this vibrato, this shaker vibrato. So it sounds really good on chorus too. Just like it just makes me. That's what I said. It's something about their effects. They're not always like the heaviest bass effects type effects, but it just added something like just like it almost made it like a honky tonk piano type sound. But that's what I'm saying. Like it just see what we got going on. What y'all talking about? Nah, it's so I definitely appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and the hype button, and anything else you want to hit on this, subscribe, all that. But yeah, it's something magical about this effect. I'm sorry I got stuck there a little bit. I was checking out the chat. Everybody, it's cool. Everybody good. Everybody good. We all here for a good time. What they say, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Let's go. And I don't even have time to get annoyed by it, brother. It's I just wanted to know. I keep getting those requests. Might have to do a request show for tips or something over here. Something. Y'all trying. Y'all know I used to play on the street too. I used to be on the busking side of the game too. I used to be out there in them streets playing. Doop, doop, doop. And loved it too. It was fun. It's the stereo imaging of that. Like without it, look how small the sound just got. Now watch this. It opened all of it up. I like that for some reason. I really like that one. Let's see what that sound like with like an octaver real quick. Sheesh, that's. What is that, number 41? I think it is. God love the hog too. Oh my goodness. So, it actually how you get that vintage organ type sound too in there. So, like, it's one thing to have something like a hog too, or have some, but you gotta have things that like enhance these types of pedals. So even things like the Ravis Sitar, the Mel 9 Key 9, all those, and the V2 V256 vocoder pedal, all can benefit from that type of sound at some point, maybe, you might not want to go for the classic organ type sound, but let's see. Without it. See, it's not a bad sound without it, but you add that, it just adds like a whole different character. Or even to like the future impact. Let's see. Let's go with. That'll work. And of course, and when I'm looking at modulations, I like to have sounds that add that width. And that's one of the main things I look for in a nice modulation. Does it add a nice width to the sound as well? Especially to the synth sounds. Yeah. And that's actually an octave up on the Future Impact is amazing, by the way. Don't sleep on this pedal. But this is doing the octave up of my sound. That's the top part of the sound you're hearing. And then there's also the synth part that you're hearing. And then that's all just running into that shaker vibrato. Without it. So just when you start really adding other pedals to it, it really just shines. Like, of course, that you can use that sound by itself. You can change the speed, the depth, all that stuff. So tons of options here. You even have an octaver in here. So nice polyphonic octaver there, not too bad. Especially now, I did get a subbing up, and I did return it, but for it to come on, a pedal that I'm already going to use for other things, I will absolutely take it. And it's not my favorite octaver. So I mean, it tracks really. Let me see. It tracks perfectly. I ain't gonna lie. It's just a little slow. Let me see how that feels in comparison to the OC5. So as you can hear, it's not quite as good as the OC5. You know, I ain't even gonna break out the poly blue and nothing like that. Poly blue in polyphonic mode, issue with that is the latency is ridiculously high. So it makes it not usable compared to something like a Hog or OC5. Let's see what the Hog do in that type of situation. Let's see, we had octave down, octave up. So yeah, you know, it what are you gonna if you have if you get a Plethoria X1, okay. Hard part. Cause I mean I think that you kind of get the point, the gist of it. Only thing I didn't show you that I might want to is the phaser. I'm not the hugest fan of the phaser. But that sound good right here. I ain't gonna lie. See, I always get re-inspired. know that stereo image. So the phaser's kind of killing too there. I mean, I've slept on it a little bit, but I got it to funk out there. Yeah, so it gives you plenty of slots for different stuff. No, I haven't seen that guy use the Hog 2, but I pretty much know everything the Hog 2 can do. I pretty much had it since it came out. And I've done extensive videos with it. There's very few things that it really can't get to in terms of an octave or sound. And that's what I love about it. If you don't have a Hog 2 or, you've been thinking about finding one secondhand, definitely it's worth looking into. I definitely say it's held its value all these years as well. Hold on, give me 1 second. Jay, close my door. Yeah, so just doing the usual, trying out effects, enjoying ourselves. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. It means the world to me. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you haven't already, hit that hype button. You know what I'm saying? Go crazy for me real quick because, we can ring at the end this episode, right? It's about that time. And if you haven't already, sign up for the Patreon if you want support. If you want to, just sign up for free and keep up when I am doing shows and different things like that. I'm going to start announcing that on the Patreon. And if you want to check out my music, allbasscreations.bandcamp.com. And if you want to send a super chat, cash app, I always appreciate it. But other than that, follow me on all social media at the Bass Negus, Negus, at the Bass Negus, Negus. Thank you guys. This has been another episode of All Bass Creations, Effects, Tutorials, Demos, and Review. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I definitely appreciate you hanging out with me on a Saturday night because you sure enough didn't have to do it. And you could have been doing anything, but you was here with me.